Hello, YouTube. What's up? I thought I'd come live today. Didn't realize just how hard YouTube was going to be this summer. I knew it was going to be difficult. I just didn't know it was going to be this hard. Oh, I'm like, I got to get on live. I've been on live once this week, I think, once or twice. I'm like, and normally I try to go more live once than that. And I have no idea. Crazy. It's so hot. It's so hot out. I've just been running errands, taking my child over to her friend's house. Well, my friend's house, actually. And she just bought a new house. So we went over to her house and she had a brand new pool. Beautiful pool that they got in their brand new yard. And I couldn't go swimming because I have a block party to do today. So I thought I would jump on to see if anybody was available this Saturday. Because God knows it's hot as hell outside, here at least, and you can't go outside. Oh, hey, I'm sorry, Rosefable. Could you make that? I don't want to screw up your name. How are you? Hello. How are you today? Rosefable? Is that it? Rose. I can't. My eyes are awful. I can't see that far. How are you today, by the way, Rosefable? Right? Is that right? Jesus Bond? I don't. I'm probably butchering it. Call you Rose. Much better. Much better. Thank you. Thank you for joining. I'm just coming on here because we are about. Hello, Angela Critters. How are you? I'm glad you're back as my subscriber. YouTube constantly keeps taking away subscribers from me. Constantly. Like each day I wake up, there's like 3 to 4 people gone. Or people unsubscribe, one or the other. I have no idea. Is it hot where you are, Angela Critters? Is it hot where you are, Rose? It is so hot here. I just came in and I was like, I just want to go lay down. And I'm like, you know what? I got to go live or I'm never going to go live. But they're 98. That's what it's like here right now. It is so hot. I'm like sweating. That's why I've got like my little summer dress on. My friends just moved into a new house. They have a beautiful brand new in-ground pool and I didn't go in. Should have, but I had too much to do today. I had to go to the food store. I had to go to the liquor store. We're having a big party tonight, I think, because there are storms moving in. It's supposed to be like really bad, severe storms. And this party's supposed to start at 5, and I don't think it's going to start at 5 if this is supposed to go through. Hi, Wiki Whispers. How are you? I was just coming in to say hi and seeing if everybody's good. I haven't been on live in a couple of days, so I thought I'd come in and say hello. So, yeah, I got my cider. I got my cider to keep me happy because I have got to go gluten-free. So my favorite drink of choice is Stella cider. It's so good. And that doesn't seem to irritate my stomach, so I should be okay with that. But it's been a lot. I mean, it's been the first week of summer, and I feel like it's been summer now for like 4 weeks. I'm like, this has only been a week. It's so crazy. With the kids, I thought it was going to be different, but it's just not. Hi, Wiggy. I'm glad you're here. I wasn't know if there's going to be anybody around on a Saturday. I went live on a Saturday not too long ago, and there was more people than I thought there was going to be. But it's so stinking hot. You can't even enjoy sitting outside. That's how hot it is. No, we went from winter to monsoon to summer. We had no spring. No spring whatsoever. Hi, Holly's Fun Channel. How are you? Thanks for coming in. I'm just on here right now, just kind of bitching about the fact that it's really, really hot out. I had errands to run. I shouldn't bitch about that. I don't. I normally don't bitch about hot because hot is much better than cold for me. But I'm so glad everybody's home. Anybody doing anything fun today? Anything going on? For me, no, not really. You're sad. Why are you sad, Holly? Is something going on? Something wrong? Let us know if I can help. I'll try. I don't know if I can. I try to help everybody. That's just the type of person that I am. So it's just, today's just been, I woke up and then I got a phone call and then I had to take my daughter to her friend's house. I wound up hanging out there for a little bit. Then I had to go to the liquor store, food store, came home, and now here I am. I'm eating lunch and picking up for, oh, you're eating deer. I've had deer. Deer's not bad. I had deer, well, a long time ago. I was in my 20s. My best friend's ex-husband used to hunt, and we went. But yeah, I think deer was a little rough, but I've never necessarily had it except for the one time he's like, here, try it. So I tried it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Hey, DD Ski, how are you? Welcome in. Glad so. I didn't think there was going to be anybody around today. I'm like, but it is so hot. It's really, really hard. It's really hard to even be outside. Sunshine Cooper, hi, sweetie. How are you? Welcome. It's always hot where you are, Sunshine, isn't it? We get all, well, we used to have 4 seasons. I don't know what we have anymore. We have fall. We have winter. We have now monsoon, which is supposed to be spring. It's not spring. We never had a spring till like ridiculously hotter than Florida hot. It's the way it goes here in the Northeast. It's whatever you get. Definitely, if you don't know somebody in the chat, please feel free to mingle. I mean, it's just a Saturday afternoon. Just make sure it sticks. No self-promotion. It's the only rule that I have, and I don't think that's a bad rule. I mean, I think everybody has a no self-promotion, and I think if you get caught self-promoting on somebody else's channel, I think you'll get in trouble by YouTube because YouTube's not letting anything happen anymore. So YouTube's just becoming a lot of people want to leave. I just got here. I'm not leaving. I mean, I don't put out material that's political or drama related or putting down people. So I'm not too worried about stuff. I do curse every now and then. I try so much not to curse, but it's hard. I know, especially when I'm driving. Oh. And when my kids are in the car, I'm like, oh, excuse Bobby, but Bobby didn't mean to say that. It's so embarrassing. Did I miss anybody in here? I don't think I did. I just want to make sure I said hello to everybody. I just have to go pick up my daughter by 4:30. Our party's supposed to start at 5. Miss Murder Australia is like, hey, you should go live during the party. Now, I might be intoxicated, but that might not be a bad idea. It would be entertaining to watch for sure, or actually really, really dumb, one or the other. Because when you got a bunch of people who are drinking alcohol, things just don't make sense. And I'm keeping it light tonight. I'm definitely keeping it light. Say hello again. Oh no, spoke too soon, just as I typed that okay, but suddenly disappear. It's because of my connection. Oh, Winky, I'm sorry. I hate, the other day I was on here live and my computer completely crashed on me. I was like, I couldn't even, I'm like, how do I add this thing? Finally, I got my daughter to come on here and end it for me because it kept going that I was still live, but my computer crashed. And I never had that happen before, and so I didn't know how to fix it. So, this is a story I definitely wanted to share from my Thursday night. So I went to a concert. I think everybody is aware of the fact that I went to the New Kids on the Block concert on Thursday night, with my friends from high school. And it was funny because it was fun. But then when we're walking through, some of these girls, hey, Megan's Birdie, how are you? So glad to see you. How is it hot? How is it in Australia? Is it hot? Is it cool? Is it warm? What's it like? It's boiling here. But I shouldn't complain because you guys always have the hot weather because of where you are. Shouldn't complain. But anyway, I went to the New Kids on the Block concert, and there was one thing I couldn't get over. I don't know If you and someone even says this in the video that I posted up, the new kids opening. That was interesting, and I liked I mean, it was so cheese. It was so cheeseball. I mean, it's so cheesy 80s. If you grew up and you know the 80s, you know how cheesy the 80s were. So I mean, people came with teased hair, Aquanet, the neon off the shoulder, like some. I'm like, yeah, no, that's definitely not me. I'm not that type of person. And so then they start to introduce, and it was fun. They had like a DJ for like a half hour, and he was fun. And I think he was from Naughty by Nature. Now that I think about it, yeah, he was from Naughty by Nature. And then the new kids started. And the way that they went back and forth to the stages made it very easy to switch from act to act to act, that there was no break in the middle. God damn it. Sorry, darn it. Just making sure my daughter's not texting me from her friend's house. Hey, JDS, how are you? Welcome. I'm just coming on here today just to say hi to everybody, and just to say I haven't been on here for a few days. And yesterday I wanted to go live. I didn't have it in me. I was exhausted from Thursday. So back to the new kids. They had like this thing like Siri, oh, where do you want to go? Beep, like Siri does, where would you like to go? Beep. And it says Jordan Knight's bedroom, and the girls start screaming as if they were 15 years old. These men are 40 and 50 years old, in their late 40s, 50s, years old. And women are throwing themselves at them as if they're 15 years old and don't know any better. Mind blown. We were all looking at it and like, who was it? Donnie Wahlberg rips his shirt off and he starts going like this. And I'm like, I'm married. I'm in my 40s. I really don't act that way. That's not how I act. And it was just, I found it mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Now, I'm not putting down anybody, dear God. Anybody can put me down for seeing Dave Matthews over 120 times. But at least when I go, I don't scream at the stage. I'm not like, oh my God, Dave Matthews. No, I try to be cool about the situation. Oh my God. But it was a cheeseball fest, but it was hilarious. I love kids.
Who's texting me?
Maybe that's not for me. I'm not sure. Oh, I mean, we weren't much different, Sunshine. I mean, we had music. We went out. Oh, I'm getting nervous because there's supposed to be some seriously bad storms coming in. And before they come, I need to go get my daughter. But it's still the sun's still shining. So once the sun stops shining, I will go get her ass, because I'm not driving in like thunderstorm weather to kill myself. I can't do that. So yeah, I could not get over the fact that, and oh my God, every one of them should be an actor. They're really good. There was this one, and it looked like Joey McIntyre was going to cry. And it was such acting. And from where we were sitting, we could see just about everything. And I'm like, is he seriously going to cry? What is he going to cry for? And I was like, and no, he just went on. It was obviously a dramatic pause. And then Jordan Knight did that. Is it Jordan? Yes, Jordan Knight. He's the one. He's sitting and he's singing at top, right? And one part of the stage was lifted, and the other guys are down here on the bottom, and he falls to his knees, and he's sitting like this. And I go to my friend, I'm like, oh my God, he fell. He's hurt. He's hurt. Why is nobody running to him? And I'm watching the screen, because then you could see his face really close, and he looks like he's squinting like this. I'm like, oh my God, he's really hurt. No. Dramatic effect for a pause. It was off. I'm like, okay, that was too much, because I really honestly thought he was hurt. I really thought he was hurt. He wasn't hurt. It was a dramatic pause. And they know how to get 40 to 50-year-olds screaming gaga over them at that age. I couldn't imagine doing it at my age. I mean, yeah, we were boy crazy and stuff, but that kind of stuff was crazy. I want to make sure I don't think I missed anybody. If I did, please let me know. I mean, I will never intentionally miss someone. I'm still getting used to the fact I have a computer and I have a chat, and I just got this computer. I got this computer at Christmas. So I never had a computer, so I wouldn't have been able to do this before. So I say so a lot. That's like my like. I got to stop saying that. And the only way I can do that is to keep myself. That's what the Erin F does. If you don't know the Erin F, sub to the Erin F. But she goes and puts up at least 3 videos a day. And I love it because she's funny. And I love listening to her. How is everybody doing today? Is everyone doing good? How are you today, Sunshine? How are you? How are you? I know you are doing good, Winky. Megan, how are you? I didn't even say hello to you. 30 and hating it. Love the name. I loved my 30s were better than my 40s. That's 30s and 40s have been difficult. My 20s, I was a crazy. You wouldn't. People who see me now are like, "Oh, are you that crazy broad that you still were?" No, I'm not. That's a great name, but I should have 44 and hating it. That's for sure. Because once I came home from the liquor store, then the grocery store, I thought I was about to collapse on my back. I'm like, I guess the best way to describe my ankylosing spondylitis, and thankfully, my friend watched the movie The Dirt on Netflix. I recommend the movie. I do not recommend the movie if you have children around, for sure. It is an earbuds only movie if you have kids. It is very filthy. But then again, so was Motley Crue. But they had a bass player, and his name was Mick Mars. And he had ankylosing spondylitis. Now, I knew he had something, but I didn't know what it was, not until many years later. And he described it in the very beginning of the movie as if someone poured quick dry cement. Oh, I can't even talk today. Quick dry cement down his back, and it's slowly hardening from from wherever it's the worst from down to the best part. And it's the best way to explain ankylosing spondylitis. It feels like you can't move your back. Everything becomes like everything gets like stuck together. And then it feels like you're trying to lift your back, and it's like 100 pounds is on your back, and it's so heavy and it's so hard. And you just want to try to lift it up. And then the longer you stand on your feet and your heels, especially your heels, the more pain you're going to be in. So I'm like, I'm going to the beach in August. I am not thinking correctly. I get to go to Wildwood, New Jersey for a week with my friends. And hold on. Yeah? Okay. That's my husband. He, my one daughter's gone, and we're not used to this. Normally in the summertime, they're both home. Now they're both getting older. They have a lot more friends, so they're not home that much. I was never home as a kid. I was never home. I was always sleeping over somebody's house all the time. I must feel trapped. Yeah, that's a good word, Megan, to use as trapped, because you can't get out of it. Can't make it better. It sucks. I'm not going to say anything that oh, I can deal with it. It's not all good. It sucks. I hate every minute of it. I want my life back like I had as a 20-year-old, but I can't. If I keep honestly thinking that way, I'm never going to move on. I'm going to be one bitter bitch. And I wouldn't be on here. I wouldn't be on here because the point of this channel for me is that you can still live while having autoimmune diseases or chronic diseases that you can't get rid of. That's why I made this channel. I didn't make this channel necessarily for money. That's why I don't hugely self promote myself, which I should, um, on my own channel. But I have problems with complimenting myself. I really do. If I do something good, I can say, "Oh, that was good." But I don't do a lot of self promotion because this channel's not for everybody. And if you don't have something going on, either A, you like me or you don't. And I'm glad that you're all here because obviously you must either like me or you hate my guts, one or the other. Um, 700 is not far. I love the Queen Sunshine. She is wonderful, and I always go, "I love you." I found you, Sunshine. I think when I was only 200 deep, and then I met you, and then I realized that there were networking channels. I'm like, networking channels? What's this? I don't know how to network. And I enjoy it, just not all the time. Like there's times I'm like, all right, not today. I don't feel like doing it today. I don't feel like doing it today. And that's my problem. I gotta set schedules for myself, or I'm never gonna get this done. Because as I'm driving over to go get alcohol for this evening, um, I was thinking, I'm like, holy crap, this is so hard to do with the kids home, just to even find a minute for myself, just to come on here and say hi to everybody. It's really hard. It's not easy. And I'm like, this is going to be a whole lot harder than I thought it was going to be. But it makes it a challenge. And I'm going to keep it going. I'm not going to just jump off because it's summertime. I mean, that could be the easy way out for me, but I'm not going to do that. I enjoy this. I really, really enjoy coming on and talking to everyone. I've met so many people that I have, like Megan's Birdie, who's absolutely wonderful. Sunshine Cooper. I love the way she cooks. I swear to God, I wish I could have some. You guys are awesome. You guys are really awesome. So I'm actually just looking forward to an evening where I don't have to worry about anything or anybody. And I hope whatever, I'm trying to see when these storms are coming, because these storms are, from what I'm hearing, headed this way. And it is slightly starting to get darker. It's saying it's only 90 outside. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. It's hot. Hi, Elvis. You made it. Hello. How am I melting? Because all I have to do is step outside my house. It's hotter than blazes, and I start sweating. I mean, I actually had makeup on this morning. It melted off. I'm like, I don't even know what I don't. I rarely put makeup on in the summer because it melts off. It just melts off my face. It's not worth it. How are you today, Elvis? You doing good? Yes, humidity does suck, but as I said, I hate the cold way more than I hate the warm. So I'll take the warm with the cold. I mean, I don't mind this. I can come in and be, and if you're cold, you got to put blankets on top of yourself and try to get warm. But I mean, I was sitting outside all morning, so half of that's my fault. I didn't have to be sitting outside on somebody's deck all morning long, but I just what I chose. But excuse me, I got to drink some water. Like I said, I'm parched. Oh, you liked watching that? Oh, good. I mean, I haven't gotten a lot of views on that. It's whether you like them or you don't. And if it wasn't for the fact that if I wasn't asked, I probably wouldn't. I mean, I think I would have cared, but it was a lot of fun. It was so much fun to be around my high school friends. I don't get to do that often, and by as you saw in my last video, my high school friends were on my, and I had to tell them, oh yeah, I started a YouTube page. You know how you kind of don't want to tell the people around you all the time? That's kind of what it is. I'm like, don't watch my stuff. They're like, what do you mean don't watch your stuff? I'm like, I'm embarrassed. Don't watch my stuff. Because they've known me since I've been a teenager. But I guess it's fine. I mean, I always feel embarrassed about certain things, but it's much easier, when I can see you guys, talk to you guys like this. When I see someone face to face, I'm like, ooh. So I get, I believe it or not, there is a shy part to me. My husband knows of it, but I am very talkative, and dear Lord, if we get a little bit of this into me, I can't shut up. That's why I don't do that much, because my mouth has gotten me into a few times when it came to alcohol when I was younger, a lot. So I've learned my lesson on that. But I still, in like, I don't like getting drunk. That's one thing I don't like, getting drunk. Getting drunk to me hurts me for weeks if I drink. When was the last time I drank to the point where I like really regretted it? I think, yeah, where I really regretted it was New Year's Eve 2018. My friends, someone's like, "Hey, somebody bought some jungle juice." Yeah, I went back, thought I was like, "Oh, jungle juice." I drank that in college, and my one of my very best friends and a guy that I used to hang around with in a fraternity who used to date one of my sorority sisters wound up marrying my friend. So I'm in the sorority, he was in the fraternity. We're still the same people. I mean, sort of. He's like, "Come on, let's go get some punch." I'm like, "Let's go get." Ooh, it was bad. I never came out of my bed on New Year's Day of 2018. It was rough. It was so rough. I don't drink. I'm not a good drinker. Hello, Anna and Jace Adventure. How are you? Did I miss anybody? I hope I didn't miss anyone. It doesn't look like I missed anyone. How is everybody doing this Saturday? I love that it's Saturday. It makes it easier when my husband's home and it's not just me. And now, like, it's been taking me ever so often. Yes, jungle juice. Oh, that's right. It's jungle juice. I don't know what the hell I was thinking that day. And people were telling me that night, "Oh, don't drink too much of Lisa's punch. You're going to get snickered." I'm like, "Oh, stop it. It's punch." Yeah, not again. So I just stick with cider, and I don't do shots anymore like I used to. I have a gluten allergy. So I can't eat. I can't drink dark alcohol, dark rum, whiskey, bourbon. Not supposed to touch it with a gluten allergy. It all has gluten in it. But cider has been one thing. And I've always been kind of a little lenient on the gluten thing. And I'm finding now with the gastroparesis that's now in place, it's not the best thing to do. So I'm trying it. I literally got to change my whole lifestyle for this. And my allergies have been killing me because I went to the doctor right before I went into the hospital. He's like, "All right, we need to do an allergy test." I'm like, "Oh my God, really?" I had allergies when I was a kid, but I constantly have phlegm in the back of my throat. I'm not trying to be disgusting or nothing, but I'm constantly clearing my throat, like, and it's annoying because nothing's up here. It's all here. And it's really freaking annoying to me. But I got to go back to the doctor and try to figure out what the hell I'm allergic to. And I'm afraid it's going to be my dog. I have a feeling it's going to be my dog. But I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but when I was in the hospital, I still had the problem. So maybe I'm not allergic to my dog. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. But unless I go to the doctor to find out, I will never know. Let me just check up a little bit on the chat here because I have not been looking. I'm hopefully you guys are all checking out each other's pages. I hope you're doing that. I'm cool with that. There's some great people on here, and I'm really appreciating you guys all stopping in on a Saturday afternoon because I'm sure it's not hot everywhere where you have to be stuck inside. But how is it where you are, Anna and Jace Adventures? Is it hot where you are? Is it warm? Is it nice? Is it cold? What's it like? Thanks, sunshine. I should be giving you a wrench. I'll probably give you a wrench as soon as I figured out how to do it again. I know people go touch their screen and can do it like that. I can't do that. I don't know how to do that yet. I'm not technology that smart yet. I got to get there. But my husband's good at it. Oh, at the moment, the UK. I saw that you guys were having a heat wave. Is that true? God the Good One was talking about a heat wave that you guys were having there. Hello, Creativity Booster. How are you? Welcome. Welcome to Saturday morning hangout. Saturday afternoon, actually. Yeah, it's almost 3. It's 2:39, so Saturday afternoon. It's because I've been stuck in my freaking car since 11 o'clock, and I'm able to. I just let Saturday morning completely get away from me. Let me see. Yes, heat wave here and love it. Oh, heat wave there too. I like heat waves. I like when it's like 90, but the humidity is a little bit lower than like the dew. Like, ugh. That's the only problem when you go outside. It's like an oven. You're like, ugh. Other than that, give me warm weather. I mean, I normally don't complain, but I was in my car. My car inside of my car is black, so it makes it a lot hotter than it needs to be. But I did just get one of those shield covers for my minivan. So I never had one for my minivan. So at least now when I get in my car, I'm not going to burn my legs off or my hands off touching the steering wheel. I'm so thirsty today. Oh, so when I went to the New Kids show, I'm like, all right, I'll buy the first round of drinks. We were in this like club suite. It probably held anywhere to like 50 to 60 people. And we had our own private bars. We have 2 bars, and we had a whole buffet of food that I couldn't eat. I was hoping it was going to be crab fries from Chicken and Pete's, but no, it was like sandwiches and cheesesteaks. And I'm like, I can't eat that stuff. That's not fair. You're in Michigan. Oh my goodness. My family, well, my husband's family from Michigan will all be here tomorrow. So we've got a lot of entertaining to do come tomorrow because we have family coming in. So we normally do. I know, I'm sorry. I keep moving my computer because when I sit up and talk to you, my back starts to hurt so bad that I'm like, all right, I got to lean back. And then I lean back. And then I'm like, all right, I can lean forward because leaning forward looks a little bit better than leaning back. Just my opinion. How is the weather in the Philippines, Sunshine? Is it hot or is it like warm? What's it doing there? Just done raining. But is it warm or is it chilly? Like, I don't think, does the Philippines even get chilly? It's cold now. Really? You know what's crazy? It's not crazy, but I had a friend who moved around here about a year ago, 2 years ago, I would say. We were kind of going through a lot of the same things. The difference was that she just moved here from China. So it was interesting because it's very rare to find like this person who becomes your friend. And she's just moved here from another country. And I took her to see a lot of things. We went down to Philly. I took her to Philly. She loved being in these. She's like, I just love the fact that I can go outside and breathe the air. What do you mean? She's like, when you go out in China, there's some parts of the day that you can't stay outside because the air quality is so bad. I was like, I didn't know that whatsoever. But yeah, she wishes her family would come here, but her family doesn't want to relocate. Right now, I don't think the United States is, as long as you come legally, you're going to be fine. It's the illegals that they want to go after, and I don't think they're doing it the right way, in my opinion. I mean, especially going after people's parents who moved here, have been here for decades and decades, and then want to remove them. That's ridiculous. I'm not for that. But I don't talk politics. No politics. Because I'm neither a liberal, what do you call it? See, I'm moving it again. I'm neither a Democrat nor a Republican. And that still doesn't make anybody happy because you got to fall on one side or the other. But unfortunately, I don't. And the older you get, the harder it becomes and the more people talk about it. And I just can't stand it. Like, we're going to a 4th of July party on Saturday of next weekend, a week from today. we're going to my friends, my husband's friends, and I'm like, I swear to God, if you bring up politics, I will kill you. He's like, I'm not bringing up politics again. I'm like, no, last time didn't go so well because one's a Democrat and one was a Republican. And then, yeah, and these guys were friends. These guys have been friends for a long time. And they're fighting over something that neither one of them can control. I don't get that. These people are going to do what they want to do who've been elected into where they want to be. There's nothing we can do about it. And here, a lot of people like to protest. But I'm not a protester because I'm like, what good is it me to stand on my feet? Hey, we fly high, we Philly fly high. I can't talk today. I was just in Philly on Thursday. It was great. Jeffrey, what's his name? Jeffrey's from the Eagles. He was on stage. I can never say his first name. I don't know why. And they had the Eagles cheerleaders there. That was really fun. I really enjoyed that part. I'm such an Eagles fan. It's crazy. Hello, Beth. How are you? I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody else as of right now. I'm just sitting here chatting. See, and honestly, if you're new inside, please mingle with everybody else. If you want to check out their page, subscribe, go right ahead. I have no problems with that. You just can't put like, hey, I subscribe to you, or then YouTube's going to tear you apart. And that's what they've been doing to anybody who does stuff like that. So what YouTube wants you to do is to comment on the content. I find it hard because not everybody's videos that I go into that I necessarily comment on the content. I'll say something, but not necessarily. I mean, I'm sure you guys feel the same way. Like if you know someone who's a creator and you want to go on and say something to them, it's not necessarily always going to be about content. So what are they going to do? Take everybody away? I don't know. So YouTube's become a place. Mel, hey! Oh, thanks, Mel. I'm taking my time just like you told me to. I really am. I'm really trying to behave. But it's kind of hard. Ginger Ninja, hi. How are you? I'm so happy to see everybody here. Oh, my goodness. I know, Mel. I was going to say it's 2:45 here at p.m. It's got to be. Go to sleep so you can wake up and feel refreshed on Sunday morning. Well, it's Sunday morning where you are now. It's only Saturday afternoon here. I find that odd that I can talk to somebody in the future. Until YouTube, it's like, wow, I could talk to people. Well, not necessarily the future, but you know what I mean. I know Ginger Ninja's the best. Check her out. She's awesome. I love her to death. I love her to pieces. But the only thing with going to concerts and stuff, it literally puts me, I'm surprised that I'm not more flat on my back today. But when I came home Thursday night, my back didn't hurt as bad as I thought it was going to. I was like, cool. I laid down. Believe it or not, I watched Bridget Parker. I never got to, or I think that's her name. Bridget, Bridget Mel. And I got to go down and I got to watch one of her lives. I never got to want to watch one of her lives before because we're on such different schedules. And I got to go on one of her live because I was up past midnight for the first time in like months and months, except for being in the hospital. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have like a please hold like live from my sofa has as he tries to read some stuff. Oh, Bridget's awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed her live, and we were just talking a lot about, like, I guess about being sick, and I don't look at myself as being sick. I look at myself more as just having issues. That's the best way of putting it, I think. And working around those issues. It's just not always easy. And I can see now I moved it back and now I'm not comfortable. Now I have to move it back again because I'm not comfortable again. That's the only problem with this disease. The only problem is if you stay still in one spot, it's never going to be helpful for you. And when I went to the concert, it was like a standing up, sitting down, standing up, sitting down. And my friend laughs at me. She's like, "You don't know whether to do stand up or sit down." I'm like, I'm trying to get it in, but once I sit down, they actually play a song I want to hear, and then I stand up, because then everybody stands up, and then I can't see anything, and then I'm looking at the back of people. But just checking to see. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for giving me the thumbs up. Thanks. Or thumbs down, whatever you want to give. I don't personally care, but I look at both. If you put a thumbs down, you took time to watch my video to go, I don't like that. Okay. As I've always said to everybody, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I know that. Really? Thanks. I did put some bronzer on. Maybe some of it stayed on. I thought it melted off this morning. I'm getting better and better, Mel. I honestly am. When I first got home, I was kind of taking it for granted. And then the weekend came, and then I got real sick again. And I didn't know why. I had no clue. I just figured it was the food I was eating, or I caught something. We still haven't figured that out yet. But I did attempt some like real food on Thursday afternoon. I went out to lunch with one of my closest friends and her daughter, and we went to P.F. Chang's. And I love P.F. Chang's, and they have a great gluten-free menu too. So I went to P.F. Chang's, and I had the ginger chicken, and that turned out being awesome. I get it, ginger chicken. No, but really, I had ginger chicken. It was delicious. It was really, really good. Oh, your hair was orange red growing up, Ginger? My friend Lynn was much lighter than me. Like mine's way darker. And believe it or not, this is my hair. There is no hair dye in my hair. But I can remember when I was young, my mom said to me, "You have red hair, which means you're going to go gray early in life. That's just what happens with redheads." I'm like, no, I don't want to go gray early. I don't. Oh, my husband's all gray. He's all gray almost. He used to be salt and pepper, but he's not salt and pepper anymore. I hate to tell him that. I saw Salt and Pepper this week too. They were awesome. Speaking of, they were so cool. That was the best part of I screamed and shouted and yelled for Salt and Pepper. I loved it. I loved every single minute that they were on the stage. Let me tell you, I don't know what Peppa's done to herself. I'm sure she's done a lot, but she looks awesome. Oh my God, she looks so good. And I'm like, you know what? I got to give those ladies credits. Those ladies are in their 50s, and man, they can move way better than I could ever move at that age. But they were so much fun live. I loved them. The only part that got me was they were singing, "What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man," right? And they're singing that song. And then the two screens split apart. And on side, they're saying backstage cam, and they all have their shirts off, and they're all flexing, and the girls are screaming crazy. I'm sorry. It just boggled my mind that a boy band can still make 40 and 50-year-old women scream like they're 15. Blew my mind. That blew my mind. I was not expecting that. I just expected them to perform, not be ripping their shirts off, tearing everything off, pretending to cry, falling down to their knees as if they're in agony. I'm like, little dramatic, just slightly. See, I'm a Dave Matthews girl. We just go, we love the music, and we leave. That's it. We don't have fireworks and pyrotechnics on stage. I'm telling you, when I saw the pyrotechnics, I'm like, oh no. I'm terrified of that stuff. I've never been to a show that had pyrotechnics, ever. So I looked at my friend Angela. I'm like, they got pyrotechnics. And she's like, yeah, so? I'm like, I'm not feeling comfortable with pyrotechnics. And then when the new kids went on, bang, like the fireworks went off. I hate fireworks. I'm like, oh, I don't like this. But that didn't, thankfully, I didn't mind it when Salt and Pepper went on. Like I missed, like I saw it happen, but when they came out, they went boom. I'm like, all right, that worked for them. But when New Kids came out, see, I have to move it forward now. Back and forth I go. Sorry, y'all. It's just part of the disease, and it's how I stay comfortable. Let me see. I think Joseph Schmo, how are you? Hello. Saw you yesterday. And Jenny Beeb's Life in the USA. How are you? Welcome. Thanks for popping in. You know what? It makes it so much easier when I know nobody's listening to me or around me in my house. Even the kids as much. Like my kids, when I was on the live, barely anybody popped on my live that day. And that was, it's going to happen, especially in the summer. Because I'm finding it hard. I'm like, oh my God, when am I going to do these lives? When am I going to put videos together? What am I going to do during summer? But when you got the kids home, it's impossible because I have to run them to swim practice. We have swim meets at night. We have this, we have that. And I'm like finding maybe an hour in between during the week and I'm not used to it. I'm used to like taking the kids to school, coming home, doing housework, getting off my feet when I need to. The kids come home and do the homework. It's nighttime, and that's that. And that's just not how it is in the summertime. It's just completely a cluster, and I get completely discombobulated and I just get thrown off schedule. And that's why yes, when I came home, and like I said, I don't remember the last time I've been out till midnight. New Year's, maybe New Year's Eve was the last time I stayed up to past midnight, except being in the hospital. And I don't count that because I sleep off and on throughout the day and night. And you just don't sleep well in there no matter what. But that was the first time, like I came home, I stayed up till 1:00 and I slept until about 9:30. I never sleep that long. I'm normally rise and shine when my dog starts to wake. She wakes me up and then she wakes my husband up. But I was able to go back to sleep for an hour today. I was pretty happy about that because that normally doesn't happen. Normally when my eyes open, my brain starts to work and goes, sorry, you can't go back to sleep. I got too many things worrying on my mind. And then that's it. How's everybody doing here in the chat? I have not been keeping up with the chat. I've been trying to look and see what you all are saying, and I have a really difficult time reading and talking at the same time. I really do. I never make videos in front of my husband either. See? Yeah. Like I was at the pool. I was at our swim club. We don't belong to a swim club. That's just where my kids do swim team. And so we paid like an extra $100 for them to be on the team because we don't belong there. But we have a pool. We have an in-ground pool here. I'm like, and nobody's ever there. Why on earth would I join a swim club for thousands of dollars per summer when I don't need to? Right? Like that doesn't make sense to me. So my friends who lived a little bit further down in Lawrence, Lawrence. They lived down there. Now they moved more up here. And when they moved from there, now they have a huge in-ground pool. And I'm like, and you still belong to Ben Franklin? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, that's stupid. Why? I'm like, you're spending thousands of dollars and you have a heated pool. That's ridiculous. Why are you paying for a cold pool? I'm like, all you're paying for is the socializing, and all you have to do is bring friends over to do that. I'm like, I'll come over every day. I'll have a drink in the pool. I'm like, she's like, yes. So this summer actually might get actually fun. So I'm not normally I go to my other friend's house a lot during the summer who her husband passed away when we were 40, when he was 42. I was just 40. So that was 4 years ago. He passed away in January and he was running in a marathon. And I know I brought this up before, but during the summer, I would go to her house. I mean, I was always worried about her because she didn't have sisters. She has her aunt, she has her uncles, she has her mom. But her aunt and her uncle are her parents, really. I adore her aunt and uncle. I call them aunt and uncle. That's how close we are. And I would live at her house. I mean, because I was always so worried about her because she was in shock. I did not know what to do. I've never had someone that close. Like I've had my grandparents die. I've even had a cousin die. This one, for whatever reason, hit me hard, hit me real hard, to the point where I still think about it and I'll start crying and I gotta let it out. And then I'm fine. But it bugs me. I'm like, why does it bother me so much till this day that I can't get past it? I think about him constantly. He was like an older brother to me, an asinine older brother. I loved him. Don't get me wrong. I loved him dearly. I really did. But he tortured me. And everybody knows that. I mean, he would literally verbally torture me with all the stupid mistakes I made in my 20s. I'm like, Kevin, knock it off. And he would literally, it's really hard to make me really, really mad. He was very good at it. He was really good at it. So he knew that him and his wife and I were as close can be. And I've always been there for her. He actually went into the Secret Service and he had to be away for, I guess, close to over a year. And he got in and he was in the Secret Service. And he had to work for, because you have to start with like the old presidents first before you move on to the newer ones. So he was working for George Bush Sr. at the time. And I believe he worked for Jimmy Carter for a little bit too. And he used to be a police officer, got bored out of his mind just standing there at George Sr.'s house and went, can't do this. Left the Secret Service, came back to be a detective in his back hometown where they accepted him back. That was a crazy time because I was at Tina's house a lot. And I would go back and forth because he was always in DC and I would come and stay with her. And we've had some serious issues during that time. But when her husband was living, oh my God, when her husband was living here before he went into the Secret Service, like he had a lot of friends like in Bensalem. That's where he was a police officer in PA. There were a couple of bars we would go to when we were younger in PA, and there was one called the Barn. So we go to the Barn and we come out and we see that there were, cops were always hanging out at the barn, checking out people, making sure they weren't too drunk to drive and stuff like that. We came out, we had a ticket on our car. We're like, what the hell? She grabs and she looks at the ticket and she went, you've got to be kidding me. What did you get a ticket for? She shows me the ticket. Get a ticket for being too old at being at the barn. Yeah, her husband set that one up and sent someone to put it on our car to make us feel ridiculous. It worked. Let me see. Hi, Dana, a little bit. How? Dana. It's Dana, right? Not Dana. And I learned that on Brian St. John. Dana, correct? It's Dana a little bit. And I just found that out. And I've been calling you Dana this whole time. You could have said Dana. Thank you. Yeah, I remember because I was sitting watching Brian St. John the other day, and he's like, that's right, you're Dana, not Dana. I'm like, I've been saying it wrong this whole time. I'm sure a lot of people do. But okay, Dana, at least I have your right name. I hope I didn't miss anybody here. Did I? Is Angela still here? I'm sure, people sometimes listen, they go in, they go out. I get that. And oh my God, I've been talking for almost an hour. Sometimes I get stuck on what I'm going to talk about, and sometimes I just can't shut up. I always have to learn when to shut up. That's always a good thing to learn. But I'm really glad everybody came out to hang today. I really appreciate that. I didn't think many people would be on here. And I just love it that you guys came to hang out for a little bit. That's all I care about, I don't care how many subs I have. I'm not real big. I mean, I've done this more for therapy for myself than necessarily for money. That's not my first intent. My first intent is to feel like I have something to do and that I need to be accomplished each day. And that's why I do it. I swear that is why I do it. Now, if down the road someone says, hey, I'll monetize it. Yeah, of course. I'm going to turn down money. No, I have no place to turn down money. Not where I live and what I do. but I have to be careful that I don't make a certain amount. I want to keep it low. I don't want to go high. I want to just keep it low. I, that sounds absolutely ridiculous, doesn't it? I don't want to be a big YouTuber who follows me, and I have to rely on YouTube and creating something for money each day, because I'm not that creative. I'm really not. But I got to get ready. I got to go pick up my daughter in a little bit before these. All right, it's still sunny out. I'm looking outside. I still see sunshine, so that means the storms aren't coming, but they're staying. These are going to be bad. I told my husband we got to put the dog in the basement. We got hit with these thunderstorms yesterday, big time, out of nowhere, probably around like 6:30. Crept up on my dog. My dog's a hound. We thought she was a black lab. We thought she was mostly black lab and part hound. No, she's all hound with a little bit of lab in her. And I'll tell you what, she barks and charges at the storm as if she can catch it. Now, she was a stray, and her name is Gypsy. I love my dog. We've had her 3 years. 3 years. That's the name she came with. And I actually, and this is before the whole Gypsy Rose Blanchard thing, I named her Gypsy Rose. And actually it was more after, and I got to switch again, excuse me. It was more after, I didn't even know about Gypsy Rose Blanchard before I gave my dog her name. If I did, I would have been like, I'm not naming you that. But no, that's the name she had. And I think that's why that story caught my eye so early, because I'm like, oh, that's my dog's name. And I looked into it. Hello, Rodney Bell. How are you? Really? Rodney, what time did you guys get hit with the storm? Like around 6? I'm in Jersey. I'm in central Jersey. And people go, what? There's only north and south. Apparently not. There's a central, and I live in central Jersey. Sorry, I hate when I go quiet like this. I'm in radio. There is nothing worse than dead air. And that's why I always keep talking, because when I was in radio, the most horrible thing would be dead air. That's it. That's the worst thing that could possibly happen in radio. And God knows, when I was working in radio, we'd be walking around and there'd be nothing. We'd be like, oh, what happened? What happened? What happened? There's dead air. Dead air. Ah, and everyone would go crazy until like a commercial came back on. It was so, to this day, I'm like, I don't know why. I guess because if you don't hear anything, people might assume there's something wrong. I don't know. I worked for an 80s station and a country station. Damn, I wish I liked country music. I like some, but not back then. That was like the early 2000s. It was more like Kenny Chesney was the biggest thing. And I went to a boat show. In outside of Philly. I think it was in Horsham. And me and my friend went. It was in like January. And they had this singer. He was a new to the country sing guy. I walked in, and there's this guy, and he did not fit the description of a country singer. Had longer hair, wore these snake tight pants. So I'm watching. I'm like, okay, this guy actually sings pretty good. I've never seen him before. He kind of dresses a little weird. He comes off, hey, hi, how you doing? He has an accent. He has an Australian accent. And I'm like, an Australian country singer? Really? Guess who it turned out to be? Keith Urban. I've always remembered that. It was always because of his snake pants. I thought they were the craziest looking things I've ever seen. But yeah, he had snake pants on. And And Glenn Campbell was long gone by the time I went to country. It was more like Toby Keith, Dixie Chicks. And that was the time like when the Dixie Chicks got banned. They got banned from our station too. I mean, we didn't really have anything to do with it. It was whether or not it was the people who ran Beasley Broadcasting. And they pulled their song because of what they said about the president over in the UK. And I think back then, I think that was stifling speech. And I think there's people who are stifling speech now here in the United States. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry if I haven't gotten over. Hi, SW. How are you? I know. I was going in and I was going to shut down, and then I started talking about radio. That was stupid because now I have like all these stories going through my head. Just keep checking the weather to see if I see sunshine. I still see it. It should be okay. Because I gotta go back over to my friend's house and pick up my daughter because I'm not going over in the crazy storms, or she'll just stay there during the crazy storms and I'll get her when it's over. But I'm happy that my really good friend just moved close to me, and so when I drive to her house, it doesn't take me like, it used to take me a good 10 minutes to drive to her house just to go clear across the township, which it's a pretty big township that we live in. My cousin lives here too. It takes me 15 minutes to drive to his house. This is not a big town. It's just the way the town's set up. So when I try to get clear across town, it's impossible. Seeing how everybody's doing here in the chat. I know I am terrible with trying. I am seeing all of you. I really am. And I see that you're all talking to each other. And I love that. I really do. But the grass is blue. I don't think I know that one. You're talking about songs? I know I'm terrible when it comes to country. Although I'm gonna ride my horse to the old town road. I love that song. I love that old town road song. I love it. Really like it. Joseph Spo, Ginger Locks, that's my big issue. Censorship. Yes. Big Brother. No kidding, 1984. Which you just wrote next to it, which I didn't even see. Hate speech, an excuse for censorship. But see, the things that are being censored aren't necessarily hate speech. It's just speech that some people don't want to get out. That's what I don't understand. And I may not be a Republican, but the Republicans are being stifled. And that's not cool. Nobody should need to be stifled because of their beliefs, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican. Dear God, I've been a Democrat all my life until literally Trump became, and it wasn't because I wanted Trump by no means. It was more because I wasn't down with all the Democratic Party was doing. See, talking politics again. Told myself I wouldn't talk politics. But that's just how I feel. I feel everybody should have the right to say whatever they want to say. But there's a consequence that could be had for some of the stuff that might come out of your mouth. And that's what you have to deal with. But yeah, a lot of the conservative voices are being definitely stifled, and it's very obvious. But I'm not a conservative, and I'm not a Democrat. So I'm just taking it from the middle of the road and how I see both sides, because I don't consider myself to be either. I don't know where I fit in this political climate of the United States. I don't fit in. I don't fit in anywhere. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. That's why I choose not to talk about it, because I'm like, I'm neither or, and I don't want to talk about things because people get so mad. People get so mad. And that's not who I am. I got enough problems in my life to add on drama of politics on top of it. You know what, SW? I think the problem that scares me is, and I'm only saying this because of people who I've heard from countries who have government funding healthcare and how they can't get in. And Mummy Drummy was just talking the other night about her government healthcare, and all the nurses were going on strike, and she desperately needs a surgery, and now she can't have it because now all the nurses are going on strike. She desperately needs surgery and she can't get it because of the government. That's what bothered me. I can't believe I'm sitting here talking politics. I promised I wouldn't do this. But that, and I said that to him, I said, everybody should watch this video to see what she's going through due to government funding. I don't know. It's all like, but there are so many people who can't afford life insurance and they do deserve something. Absolutely. Like, I have SSI, but I don't really use my SSI. I use more my private insurance because it comes from my husband's work and it's better. So why wouldn't I use it? But the same thing. But if I was to use just my SSI, I'd be screwed. I'd be so screwed, especially with all the time I've spent in the hospital and all the times. I'd be so screwed. But because I have both, it kind of helps me out because they take both from. And then what happens with the private insurance doesn't want to carry you anymore or thinks they don't want to carry you. And oh, no. They have another insurance. Go to the other insurance first. No, Aetna, I'm paying you to be my primary. You are my primary. And so, yeah, they have to go with that because I'm on my husband's insurance. It's just how it works. It's how it's always worked. But here in America, you used to be able to go to the hospital, go to the doctor, not have to pay, except for like a small copay that was like $5-10 back in the day. Now it's insane. The climate is insane. I think on both sides right now, I think we're screwed no matter what coming 2020. That's how I feel. I'm not a Trump fan. And I know that there are people who are, and I don't hold anything. My husband likes Trump. So I can't change his mind. So why am I going to change anybody else's mind? There are reasons. Then it's not racial reasons. And everybody wants to think it's a racial reason. And it's not. It has more to do with money than anything else. It's really when people work really hard for their money and then they're giving it to other people, people tend to get really upset. That's what's going on. That's the problem. And it's just like, bang, you got two people who won't move. That's the Democratic and the Republicans. And they just keep hitting each other. That's why I stand back. I'm like, nope, I want no parts. I've got my own drama to deal with that I do not need political drama. But, no gusto Trump. I hear you. I feel the same way, Donna. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I think I know who I'm going to vote for. I think. But he's got to be the candidate that's given from the Democratic Party for me to go for this person. And I'm not going to say it because I like I said, I don't get that political. And I still don't. I also, a lot of people I know just go, I don't vote because they realize I can vote Democrat or I can vote, and they're happier people. They're happier people. And that's why my husband and I just stopped watching the news. The news does not go on in our house anymore. If I want to look up news, I'll look up what I need to look up. I'll look up local stuff. And that's it. They have news on from 4 o'clock in the afternoon till 7 o'clock at night. 3 hours of bad news all the time. It's negative. And it's not what my house needs. It's not what my kids need. It's not what my husband needs. It's definitely not what I need. So we've learned not to put the news on anymore. And it's been a much happier house since we have. I know a lot of friends who don't. My one friend, one of my closest friends, she's like, believe it or not, Peggy, 9/11. I stopped watching the news because I couldn't handle it anymore. And I'm like, really? I'm like, she's like, haven't you noticed? I'm like, and yeah, she was like the first person I knew to get rid of cable before cable was like, people were getting rid of cable because there was no such thing as Hulu, Netflix, or things back then. She just got rid of her cable because she was sick to death of the news. Now I understand because I won't put it on unless like there's something going on in Philly and there's something, that you want to check out. Like for instance, like these storms are coming. So I may put on like NBC 10 or Channel 6 news just to see, where these storms are going to hit because the storms that we've been getting here have been fierce, severe, and downright frightening, to the point where if my parents live a little bit 30 minutes south. When we had those crazy storms a few weeks ago, my parents' roof blew off their house and totally destroyed my old bedroom. I feel bad for them. I really do. But what can they do? I can't help. And it makes me feel like crap because your mom was Peggy. My mom's Peggy. My mom's Peggy too. I'm Peggy too. Did I actually say my name? Yes, my name is Peggy. I used to hide it. I'm like, there's no reason to. There's no reason to. I mean, I don't do anything. I can't move most of the time. I am not Margaret. No, I am not Margaret. I am Peggy Ann. That is my full first name. I do not have a second name. I have one long first name. That's all I got. But nobody calls me Peggy Ann. Everybody either calls me Peggy, or what, Ginger. People do call me Ginger, actually. That's where I came up with the Ginger. But I actually like the name I've given myself, except I want to take the commentator part off. The only reason why I put that is I wanted people to know that I wasn't just a regular channel, because I used to just be someone who subbed to people. I didn't have my own channel. So I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to get people to realize I have my own channel? To make it look like I'm talking and put the commentator on the end. And now it's just too damn long. So I'm cutting that commentator part off, and I'm just going to go back to just Ginger Locks Mom. That's what everybody calls me anyway. Peggy Sue. Yes, Peggy Sue got married. How many times did I get that one? And then in college, I took some acting classes. And I had a very nice teacher. And I'm standing up on the stage, and she says to me, "Oh my God, you remind me of that actress I really, really hate." Yeah, because that's what you want to hear your college teacher say to you on the first day. She said I reminded her of Kathleen Turner. What? My voice. It was because I have a raspier voice like she did, but hers is really deep. Mine is not that. Is my voice as deep as hers? I don't think so. Yes, I have heard Peg by Steely Dan. I used to work for a 70s station, was playing all the time, and God knows every time it came on, people would annoy me and come up and sing it to me. I do like that song, Peg, actually. That's not a bad one. But the Peggy Sue, so much in my life. My parents grew up, my parents are baby boomers. And pretty much all of my friends' parents were baby boomers. So we all grew up on 50s and 60s music. And that was like everybody used to sing Peggy Sue to me. I'm like, okay, it gets kind of old. But I mean, everybody always remembers me because there weren't many redheads. It was me. It was my one friend who had red hair. And I think there might have been 3 of us out of when in grade school, like 190 kids. And I'm not including the guys because it was different. If you were a girl who had red hair and if you were a guy who had red hair, it was way different. But I'm telling you, if you would have gave me a guy back then who had red hair, I'd been like, nope, not interested in gingers. Nope. But we didn't call them gingers. We were red. I forget what my cousin, who was like 20 years older than me when I was a child, and I was the youngest of the family, like of the cousins. He used to go, and he was the oldest. He was second to the oldest. He used to go, "I'd rather be dead than red in the head." I'm like, you're so mean. He was so mean. He's not anymore, of course not. He's like in his 60s now. But when he was in his 20s, he was horrible to me. But then he got a really nice girlfriend, and that was my cousin Debbie. And unfortunately, Debbie passed away from cancer a couple of years ago. But the one good thing about that was that she suffered. She suffered so much, and I didn't want to hear about her suffering anymore. And I know how hard it is to watch someone die of cancer. It's just beyond the worst. I actually just got news of a friend whose grandmother passed away, and it was sudden. I have to say there's a little bit of a blessing to just suddenly dying. You don't have to watch the person suffer. you know that they're not suffering, and it just kind of happened naturally. Just watching someone suffer with cancer, though, that my grandfather suffered with cancer, and he had colon cancer. And I just found out somebody else had cancer, and I don't know anything about it because it was just diagnosed. She's a friend of mine. I'm not real close to her. She's more of a friend, but I was really sad when I'm trying to keep up, but she doesn't really know anything herself because they just found it in a colonoscopy. So I don't know. I'm sorry. I went from like being here to being here to being here. I've been all over the board today. I'm sorry, everybody. Oh my God, I've been going for an hour and 15. Oh, you guys are the best for hanging out. You really are. As I never stop talking today. Who knows? If we have this party tonight, we might go live later. Who knows? You may not see me. I'll show everybody else, but you ain't going to see me. Hey, HP Productions, how are you? I think I'm going to sign off now, guys. My back is kind of bothering me because I've been going back and forth, as you can been watching me. And it feels like this is turning into solid cement. And that just really hurts. So I will be back in a couple of days or tonight. Who knows? And oh, thank you, Dana. I really appreciate that. That's so kind of you to say. That's what I want. I don't want a gossip channel. I don't want a drama channel. And I don't want a political channel. And I don't want, I want this to be a safer place for people to come where they don't have to listen about bad things about other people. That's all. I mean, it's not like I don't listen to the gossip, because I do, but I like to listen to like the abbreviated versions of it, because some of them can go hours and hours and hours, and I just don't have that much time. So thank you all for coming to hang out with me this Saturday. I appreciate it. I didn't think there's going to be anybody around. Thanks for coming to hang out, Megan's Birdie. So thank you, Ginger Ninja, everybody, Dana, Elvis, SW, HP Productions, who else? Angela Critters. Thank you all so much for coming to hang out today. I appreciate it. I really do. I really enjoy having this channel, and it's just for fun. It really is. I'm not here to really make money. That's not my objective. It's for my sanity, really. And that's why I don't feel compelled like to constantly do stuff, because I'm doing this for me. And obviously you. If I can help somebody with what they're going through, then my job is done. That's how I feel. I'm here to make people feel better, not worse. With that being said, I'm off. I got to go pick up my kid before the storms come. Thanks for coming, everyone. Maybe I'll see you later. Bye.